Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Core GT3 series. We're here at round 9 for the Italian Grand Prix at the beautiful Monza, and it's going to be an exciting race here tonight. Very fast track, a lot of drafting, and a lot of passing opportunities, and that is going to be exciting here as the drivers just finished up qualifying. We'll go over the starting grid here. Nick Nickerson setting the quickest lap there in qualifying on pole with a 147.4. Mason Smith there will start to his outside in second. Carl Handwerk in third. Mark Thomas in fourth. Adam Jones in fifth. Thaddeus Marshall there starting sixth. Matthew Goering in seventh. In eighth, we have Jimmy Covert. Starting ninth, we have Christopher Hamilton. Starting 10th, we have Nick Brown. 11th, Paul Butler. Starting 12th, we have Kevin Foster. Starting 13th, we have Sean Goodwin. In 14th, Tim Thompson. In 15th, we have Dane Simpson. Starting 16th, we have John Crane. In 17th, Abi Visuvesam. In 18th, we have Jeremy Lyon Watkins. 19th, Nicholas DeVos. And then finally there in 20th will be Derek Sherman here this evening. That's going to do it for your starting grid here for the 20-minute sprint race. As always throughout the series, we'll do a 20-minute sprint race. Then we'll invert the field fully for the 60-minute feature race. And it looks like all the drivers are now grid up, so we expect that Porsche safety car there to get going just momentarily, and we'll get this race started. While we wait for that, let's go over the point standings here this evening as we come into the second to final round here in the series. Mason Smith currently out front. Nick Nickerson there second in the points. Carl Handwerk third. Adam Jones fourth. Chris Hamilton in fifth. Mark Thomas sixth. Kevin Foster seventh. Nick Brown eighth. Matt Goering ninth. And Paul Butler round out your top 10 in the points here coming into round 9. All right, looks like the safety car is underway here, so we're going to get started momentarily. Nick Nickerson is going to lead us down to the line there for the start of the race, and it's going to be an interesting start here. The run down to turn 1 here on a rolling start is very long, so we can expect a ton of action there as soon as the green flag drops down into turn 1. And then, of course, as we've all seen here at Monza, pretty much have to flip the dice if we're going to make it through turn 1 cleanly here tonight, as you have 20 cars all barreling down the start here, grouped up, drafting one another. It's going to be who's going to break the latest, and we hope they all make it through turn 1. That is the goal here, but if they don't get it right this time, they always have next time, as this is the 20-minute sprint race, and then we'll get started for a 60-minute feature right after this. All right, safety car there rounding through the Parabolica and going to pull off this time. Nick Nickerson there will lead the field down to the line very slowly here and wait for the green flag. His teammate Mason Smith there going to start right behind him. Carl Handwerk in third and Mark Thomas there in fourth.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag is out there. We are underway. Good start there by our pole sitter Nick Nickerson, as he's going to lead the top 3 there, all in a group down toward turn 1. Looks like everyone just checking through the field here, all nice and tidy through turn 1, and that is a sight to see right there. Everyone keeping it together. Now the race is on here as we head around through turn 3 down into turn 4. Looks like everyone pretty spread out here as they come down to turn 4 there. You can see Nick Nickerson has a slight lead over his teammate Mason Smith there. Carl Handwerk is tight on Mason Smith's tail there in third. Looks like Adam Jones here going to try and move on Mark Thomas down the inside. Not quite there, so he's going to have to back out of it there. Very tough to make a pass there through turn 6. So he'll regroup here through turn 7, trying to get a draft down towards turn 8 here, long straight. So he's going to pull out here, try to make a move down the inside under braking. He's going to be there. He's going to be latest on the brakes there. He is going to complete the pass there, move in front of Mark Thomas and take away the 4th place position. Oh, we've got a car off track there. That's going to be Chris Hamilton, who has spun off the track there, heading down into turn 8. And let's go back and check the replay, see what happened there. As we see, he's right on the tail. Oh, he makes contact there with the 08. Sorry, that was, I believe that was Nick. No, Jimmy Covert there is who he got into the back of. It just looks like he locked the rear up there and spun through the sand gravel pit there, but he does get going. Meanwhile here, Mark Thomas going to fight back here on Adam Jones, try to regain that 4th place position as they head down into turn 1. And it looks like he's not going to do it there. But up front right here, we've got a great battle for second, as it looks like Carl Henwick there has completed the pass on Mason Smith there for that 2nd place position. So Henwick here not wasting any time coming through the field. Now he'll try to race towards our race leader there, Nick Nickerson. As you can see, 2.5 seconds up at the head, up the track there, as they go through turns 4 and 5 here. Nice and clean. Mason Smith was going to go to the inside there, but Carl Henwick going to throw the block. We see Henwick there getting defensive again, throwing the block down there on the inside, going into turn 7. We'll see here. Looks like he gets a pretty decent exit here. We'll just see what the difference is here between these Mercedes and the Porsche cars here this evening. Open setup, so they can choose the amount of downforce they want to run here. And Monza is usually a track here that you want to run as little downforce as possible. You want that straight line speed, so it'll be interesting to see here the speed difference between the cars if they're all running low downforce setups. Further back here, we've got a battle going on. This is going to be your battle for 9th, as Matthew Goering there pokes out to the inside here as they head down into the Parabolica. He's going to make a pass there on Paul Butler there, and he's going to take away that 8th place position. Nice pass there. So Goering he's actually lost a place since the start of the race here. He's actually down 1 place here, and he has Paul Butler there right on his tail as they go down the front straight here. Further back, we've got a 3-way battle here for 10th. That is Goodwin leading Foster and Covert here down into turn 1. Right on board Foster here as he tries to chase down the BMW driver there of Sean Goodwin, currently in 10th place. Ooh, going to be a little contact there, under braking from Foster. It looks like he is going to cause Goodwin there to miss the corner. Very unfortunate there for both drivers there. They're going to lose a ton of time there as they avoid a black flag there for cutting the track. So Goodwin's going to get knocked back to 12th. Foster going to be back in 13th now, as Covert here in the number 14 McLaren there is going to move up into 10th. Meanwhile here, we have a great battle here brewing up for 2nd place. That is Mason Smith starting to come back here at Carl Henwick, and you can see there Adam Jones and the other Mercedes right behind him there. Going to make this a 3-way battle for 2nd place. Meanwhile, Nick Nickerson there running away with it. Currently 4.5 seconds up the road here as we just passed the 5-minute mark here in our 20-minute sprint race. You can see Carl Henwick weaving down the front straight there, just trying to break that draft here, as it is such a long straight, and then they're hard on the brakes down into turn 1 here. Looks like Adam Jones here got a great exit out of the first corner there. He's going to be on the back of Mason Smith here as they come around turn 3. See if he can pull out to the inside here as they go down into turn 4. He's going to complete the pass way late on the brakes there. We're going to have to start calling Adam Jones, Daniel Ricciardo there, as he completes that pass nicely, but Mason Smith's going to fight back here on the inside with a nice crossover move down into turn 6, but it looks like Adam Jones is just going to edge ahead there and move up into 3rd. Now we'll see what he can do here on Carl Handwerk there in 2nd, just 0.8 of a second up the road there. And looks like Paul Butler here has just made a pass on the 89 there of Thaddeus Marshall in the McLaren. And Butler here is going to move up into 8th. He's currently the highest running Ferrari driver out here tonight with a good run. Let's see where his teammate is. Kevin Foster back there in 16th after we saw him have that contact. Oh, but Butler here going to come down pit road already here at the 7.5 minute mark. And that is another thing we're going to have to pay attention to here tonight, the fuel strategy on this track. And we expect it's going to be brutal here, fuel consumption on these cars, running the limited amount of fuel that they do have. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers do with the strategy here tonight. As always, seems like every race comes down to fuel strategy, and I think tonight will be no different. You can see the ground, though, that Adam Jones here is making up as he overdrives it down into turn 4 there. Has to take a lot of curb there. And you're not going to want to do that too often there, as those sausage curbs will damage the car. But it looks like he escapes without incident there. But he now has Mason Smith here on his back bumper. And then you can see Mark Thomas there in the red and white Porsche slowly gaining as well. Here we've got a pass here by Dane Simpson as he moves up into 13th. Looks like he's going to take away the position there from John Crane. Right on board 4th place, Mason Smith here as he is now chasing down the other Mercedes driver there, Adam Jones, right up in front of him as they head down into the final corner. See if Mason here can get a good exit here out of the Parabolica and maybe make something happen down the front stretch here with this draft. Looks like Adam Jones there maybe running a little bit less downforce than Mason Smith. We didn't see Smith gained too much there on the front stretch, so Adam Jones definitely has that straight line speed here down tonight, and it shows with his lap times. Mason Smith here is going to be close, but not quite close enough there to make a move down into turn 4. Looks like his best opportunity here is to force Adam Jones into another mistake, which he did the previous lap and almost came out ahead. But Adam Jones was able to hold on there to that 4th place. Just approached the halfway point here in our 20-minute sprint race. 10 minutes complete here. Going to be interesting to see what the pit strategy is going to be here in the sprint race. We've already had one driver come down pit road. That's Paul Butler. As you see, he's currently back in 19th. Looks like Jones there ran wide out of turn 10. So Mason Smith's going to be really close here as they head down into the final corner. He is going to poke out to the inside here. Is he going to be able to complete the pass? Typically, the outside line here will be quicker around the Parabolica. And it looks like he gets a great run here. So it is going to be a drag race down the front stretch. Looks like Adam Jones there is going to come out ahead here. And Mason Smith's going to have to regroup and try again. Here we've got a battle for 12th. It looks like Thompson there is going to complete the pass there on Dane Simpson and move up into 12th. Ooh, but he's going to blow the corner there. He's going to have to slow down and to avoid a black flag there for cutting the track. So that's going to allow Simpson on back by there. And now Thompson's going to have to try again. Here we see Mason Smith still trying to battle Adam Jones for third. He's going to be close again here. Try the inside down into the Parabolica. Thinks better of it there, so he's going to regroup, try to get a good exit here out of the final corner. But we've seen time and time again, Adam Jones is the man out of that final corner there. He gets such a great run, has such good straight line speed down the front straight that Mason Smith can't get by him. But this time may be different here, as Mason Smith is going to be close enough to come out to the inside here, under braking down into turn one. You can see the rear end moving about there as he was on the edge there, but he does complete the pass there. He's going to move up into third. Now we'll see if Adam Jones does fight back here as they come around turn 3 down into turn 4. See Smith there is going to take the defensive line, move to the inside. Smith there going to take a ton of curb. That's going to mess up his exit here, as Adam Jones is going to be to the inside as they head down into turn 6, but Jones backs out of it there. So Smith is going to move up and keep that third place position. Meanwhile, Adam Jones is going to move back to fourth, as we have 6 minutes left in our 20-minute sprint race here this evening. After that, we will invert the field fully for our 60-minute timed feature race here at Monza. Ooh, and looks like Tim Thompson there's been off track and has lost out the position there to Dane Simpson again, with a major mistake there from the 05 Ferrari driver there of Tim Thompson. See here, Smith going to have to defend to the inside again, going down into turn 4. Looks like we just had a couple cars here crash. Let's go back and check the replay. Looks like we were heading down into turn 1 here. Dane Simpson. Oh, he's going to lose the rear there as soon as he got on the gas, and Tim Thompson there is going to make a little contact with him, but it looks like both drivers here are going to live to fight another day. See Adam Jones here gaining and gaining. He may be able to make a move down into turn 1 here, as Mason Smith there goes to block the inside. And here we see the battle for 12th. That is Kevin Foster looking to make his way back up through the field here, gaining on Tim Thompson for that 12th place position. Also got a great battle here for 10th. Looks like that is Abivisu Basin there chasing down Jimmy Covert. Unfortunately, it looks like Mason Smith there just had a connection issue and does look like he is out of the race there as we saw him disappear on track. Hopefully he will be able to get that fixed for the feature race, but that's going to move Adam Jones here up into third as Mason Smith drops out of the race there due to connection issues. Meanwhile, race leader Nick Nickerson here running away with it. 8.3 seconds is currently the gap he has on second place driver here, Carl Handwerk. Ooh, and looks like we've had multiple drivers here involved in an incident. Let's go check that out here on the replay. Looks like Jimmy Covert involved here, maybe the first one. Oh, and that is going to be heavy contact there on Abivisu Basin there, and Sean Goodwin also getting involved in it. And here those drivers got into it again there going into turn one. We see Tim Thompson there in the 05 off the track as Chris Hamilton does make it by up into 11th. As we start our final lap here for the 20-minute sprint race, Nick Nickerson currently out front has a 9-second gap back to Carl Handwerk. Looks like the closest battle on track is going to be right here. That is Kevin Foster chasing down 9th place Jimmy Covert. And we see Covert there actually head down pit road here on the final lap. So that's going to move Foster here up into 9th. Bisu Basin there also coming down pit road as well. Nick Nickerson here is going to round the final corner for the final time here in the sprint race, and he is going to cross the line here and take the sprint race win. Carl Handwerk about 8.8 seconds back here, going to cross the line in second. Adam Jones here going to come across the line in third. Mark Thomas fourth, with Nick Brown there having a good run in the top 5, finishing 5th. Matthew Goring there will finish 6th. Thaddeus Marshall here rounding the final corner. He's going to cross the line there in 7th, with Sean Goodwin just behind him here in 8th. And just a little further back here, we've got Kevin Foster in 9th. Shortly, or very close to him there, is going to be Chris Hamilton in 10th. Doesn't look like Hamilton's going to be close enough here as they cross the line. Foster takes 9th. Hamilton takes 10th. Tim Thompson here in the 05. He's going to cross the line there in 11th, with Jimmy Covert here coming through the final corner in 12th. And the final car still out on track here is going to be Paul Butler as he rounds the final corner there. He will cross the line and finish 13th here in the sprint race. And it does look like iRacing is waiting on Visu Vasum here to cross the finish line, as he was in pit road when he got the white flag. So he has not completed his final lap here, so he has to make his way around here in order for us to advance to the 60-minute feature. Remember, there is a full invert of the field here for the feature, so Nickerson, Hanward, Jones, they're all going to get shuffled to the back and have to work their way up through the field. And it will be exciting to see them do just that here tonight, as we have seen Monza actually turning out to be a slightly difficult track here to make passes on. So it'll be interesting to see what those drivers can do there and how quickly they want to make their way up through the field. All right, the drivers are going to make their way out here for a 2-minute warm-up session, and then we will grid up for the 60-minute feature here this evening. All right, the drivers are now going to grid up here tonight for the 60-minute feature. Starting first is going to be Derek Sherman. In second, we have Jeremy Lyon Watkins. Starting third, we have Dane Simpson. In fourth, Mason Smith. In fifth, we have Nicholas DeVos. Starting sixth, we have John Crane. In seventh, we have Abi Visuvesum. In eighth, Paul Butler. Starting ninth, Jimmy Covert. In 10th, Tim Thompson. Starting 11th, we have Christopher Hamilton. And starting 12th, Kevin Foster. Starting 13th, we have Sean Goodwin. In 14th, Thaddeus Marshall. In 15th, Matthew Goering. In 16th, we have Nick Brown. Starting 17th, we have Mark Thomas. In 18th, we have Adam Jones. Starting 19th, we have Carl Handwerk. And, of course, starting all the way in the back there is going to be Nick Nickerson, our sprint race winner here this evening. And he will have his work cut out for him here as he tries to make his way through the entire field tonight. All right, the Porsche safety car here is moving, so we will get this race started here momentarily. Dane Simpson there will lead us down to the line for the start. And you see Mason Smith there, a guy that usually starts in the back here for the feature of the race. Unfortunately had connection issues there in the sprint race, so he actually finished second to last. So he is going to have a great starting position here for the feature, and he should be able to take advantage of that here this evening. Hopefully, mistake-free, he can pull out to a great early lead and really give a challenge to everyone else behind him who has to work their way up through the field. Right, the Porsche safety car there is off, and we will get started here as Dane Simpson leads us down to the line.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is out, and we are underway here. Nice and spread out field here for the start. Heading up front here, looks like everybody's going to make it through cleanly here down into turn one, just like we saw here in the sprint race. Dane Simpson here already under challenge here from Mason Smith for the race lead, as Mason Smith's going to take a dive up the inside, and he is going to get it here before we even complete lap one. Smith is our new race leader. Meanwhile, the 05 there, the 14 there of Jimmy Covert looking racy here on Paul Butler right up ahead, and also Paul Butler looking like he's going to make a move here on Visa Vasum soon. Final board, Chris Hamilton here currently in 6th, looking to make it past the 5th place Covert there. And oh, it looks like we've had a driver go off here. Might have been Sean Goodwin. Let's go back to the replay here and see what happened. Oh, just going to lose the rear of the car there and make heavy contact with the wall. It looks like he got into someone too. That looks like it might have been Nick Brown. Yes, it was, with heavy damage on his car. So just an unfortunate turn of events there for both of those drivers. And here we see Visa Vasum making a move there on Dane Simpson. He is going to move up into 2nd. Oh, and looks like Thompson there has had an issue down into turn 1. Looks like he just overdrove it. And that's going to allow Thaddeus Marshall there in the McLaren by up into 8. Jimmy Covert here under pressure from Chris Hamilton as Hamilton takes a look up the inside down through turn 6. He is going to complete that pass and move up into 6th. Meanwhile, Simpson here with a great run through turn 7. He looks like he's going to challenge Visu Vasim back here for that second place position. Meanwhile, we see Nick Nickerson here trying to work his way up through the field. He currently has Carl Handwerk right in front of him here. These drivers are 11th and 12th here respectively. Ooh, and looks like Simpson here has had a mistake coming out of turn 10 there, and that's going to allow Paul Butler, Chris Hamilton, and we see Dane Simpson still struggling there to put the power down, just struggling for rear grip here. So he's going to fall back through the field. Visu Vasim here coming down pit road. 3.5 minutes in, so not sure what is happening there to Visu Vasim, but that is essentially going to take him out of the running here. Well, we see Kevin Foster here currently in 5th, chasing down Jimmy Covert there just ahead. Meanwhile, Adam Jones here making a move up the inside on Matthew Goring. It's going to be tight. They're going to go 2 wide here, and both drivers doing a great job there to stay out of each other. And looks like Jones here is going to move up into 8th. And we see these two going at it yet again here. That's going to be Nick Nickerson, our sprint race winner, currently chasing down Carl Handwerk. Looks like Handwerk has made it up into the top 10, currently sitting 10th. Ooh, we see a driver off there. It looks like Dane Simpson has went off there in turn 4. Let's check the replay here and see what happened. Oh, and he had his right rear tire there off the track in the grass when he went into the braking zone. As soon as he got on the brakes there, just sent that car around. See Thaddeus Marshall here in the McLaren, currently under pressure from Adam Jones. Marshall currently sitting in 6th. Jones here in 7th. Looking to take away that 6th place position here. Only 0.3 of a second separate them here. Oh, and it looks like Mason Smith. No, he looks to be okay there. We had something pop up on our data screen here that he had been off track. It looks like he just went a little wide there in the parabolica, which is okay. Plenty of runoff area there, so no harm, no foul. Meanwhile, Carl Handwerk has come down pit road in an interesting strategy call here. Both Porsche teammates here. That's going to be Mark Thomas right behind him. Both these drivers are going to come down pit road here 7.5 minutes into the race. And I'm curious to see what kind of strategy they are going to pull tonight. Meanwhile, Adam Jones here still trying to get around Thaddeus Marshall there for 6th. Oh, and looks like Marshall there is gonna miss the corner, so that is gonna allow Adam Jones there up into 6th, but Matthew Goering there with a great run out of the corner is actually gonna make it by him here. Oh, we've got another driver off track there. That's gonna be Simpson, Dane Simpson there. Here we see Jones here going to fight back on Matthew Goering here as they head down into turn 8. Jones is going to complete that pass, so he is going to move up into 6. Meanwhile, Foster here, the number 8 Ferrari driver there, has made it around Jimmy Covert. So both Ferrari drivers here are currently running 3rd and 4th respectively here tonight. So both drivers having a great run so far. And we just saw there from the onboard, Matthew Goering ran wide on the exit of the first corner there, and that allowed Nick Nickerson by and up into 7th. And it looks like Derek Sherman here has been involved in an incident. Let's go check the replay. Oh, it looks like he just misses the first corner there and goes through the runoff area. We see there Foster there in the number 8 Ferrari ran wide. That's going to allow Jimmy Covert there on the inside in the McLaren. And Adam Jones here is going to make this a 3-way battle down the front straight. It looks like Jones here going to try to pass true drivers there in one straight. Can he do it here under braking down into turn 1? And he does there with an incredible performance from Adam Jones. He's going to move up into 4th. Oh, trouble there out of Paul Butler as he is hard into the wall there on the exit of turn 5. And let's go back and check the replay and see what happened there. He was in front of this group. Looks like he might have just took too much speed down into the corner here and lost the rear of the car, and that is what he did there. And he did not to get into the wall too hard there, so it doesn't look like he's going to have too much damage and will live to fight another day. He's going to fall all the way back to 10th here, unfortunately, but plenty of racing left as we are only 12.5 minutes into our 60-minute feature race here this evening. Meanwhile, Nick Nickerson here with Matthew Goering right on his tail have now caught up to 5th place Foster here, and you can see with the help there of Goering in the draft, the bump draft there, Nickerson is going to make it by Foster there, move up into 5th. So we see Matthew Goering there is going to move up into 6 as he does make it by the 8 of Foster. Meanwhile, Foster's teammate Paul Butler, who we just saw have that mistake in turn 5, has now came down pit road. And out front, Mason Smith currently 7.2 seconds ahead of our second place driver here, Christopher Hamilton, who then there is another 9.8 second gap back to third place driver here, Adam Jones, with Jimmy Covert here in 4th, Nick Nickerson in 5th, and Matthew Goering there in 6th. See Nickerson here up the inside down into turn 1 on Covert, and they're going to go too wide there. It looks like Nickerson is going to get the better exit. He's going to move up into 4th, and now Covert's going to be under challenge here from Matthew Goering. Ooh, Covert there with a mistake, runs wide. That's going to allow Goering and Foster on by here. So Goering moves up into 5th. Kevin Foster there going to move up into 6th as Covert falls back to 7th there with that mistake. Ooh, and a mistake there out of Kevin Foster. He's going to lose out there of his 7th place position as it's going to go to Marshall. And let's see what happened here from the replay as they were heading down into turn 1. Looks like Foster there is going to be late on the brakes, carrying too much speed there through the right-hander, and just loses the rear end of the car there. And looks like Paul Butler, his teammate, has had a similar issue here down into turn 1. Looks like he just overdrove the corner there and was forced to take the really slow line there over the curbs. and he's going to come out here in 12th. Meanwhile, Nick Nickerson here just sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's currently chasing down Adam Jones here for 3rd. And looks like Chris Hamilton here is going to head down pit road. So that's going to move Adam Jones up into 2nd here with Nick Nickerson in 3rd. You can just see there how loose Adam Jones is as he gets back on the throttle there through the parabolica, and that's going to allow Nickerson here to get a good run down the front stretch. He's going to look to the inside here as they come down into turn 1, and Nickerson there is going to move up into 2nd. Adam Jones going to fall back to 3rd. Now Nickerson here only has a small task of making up a 18-second gap to his teammate there, Mason Smith, currently out front. And here we see Handwork has made it by Tim Thompson there for 7th. Here we've got a battle brewing up for 8th here. This is Christopher Hamilton. After just coming down pit road, he is now catching Tim Thompson there for 8th. We can see Hamilton there is going to make it by on the outside there, move up into 8th as Thompson lets him by. So Hamilton here working his way up through the field after coming down pit road with what looks to be a 2-stop strategy here tonight. The only drivers we have yet to see come down pit road are going to be our current race leader, Mason Smith, Nick Nickerson running 2nd, Adam Jones running 3rd. Matthew Goring here in 4th, Jimmy Covert and Thaddeus Marshall there. The top 6 have not come down pit road yet, which is very surprising to us here, as typically in the past these Mercedes cars have been the fuel guzzlers here and have struggled to really extend fuel runs. But tonight they are well on their way here to the halfway mark. Be interesting to see if they can make it. Right on board Adam Jones here to see if we can get a sense for how much fuel he's having to save here if he does any lift and coast here at the end of the straight. And not much, so it doesn't look like he's in fuel saving mode, although he could have his fuel map set to a very low power mode here. Matthew Goring here going to come down pit road. So our 6th place driver does come down pit road. That's going to allow Carl Hanwick here up into 6th place. Mason Smith, that last time by, currently in the race lead, was 1.3 seconds slower than 2nd place Nick Nickerson here, who just set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:48.2, and looks like he has picked up the pace here after maybe being in a fuel saving mode most of that earlier stage of the stint here, as we are 3 minutes away from the halfway point. That's what they need to make it to in order to make this a 1-stop race. We've already seen the other half of the field come down for their green flag pit stops, which means they are going to be a 2-stopper here. But Mason Smith, our race leader, is coming down pit road now. So we'll see here what his teammate Nick Nickerson does here as he rounds the final corner. He's also going to come down pit road here, about 2.5 minutes shy of that halfway point. Adam Jones as well. So all 3 Mercedes drivers here coming down pit road. We'll see what Jimmy Covert here does in 4th. He is going to come down pit road as well, and Thaddeus Marshall as well. So that is everyone. Everyone has been down pit road at least once now. See Mason Smith now exiting his pit stall, heading back onto the track here. We'll see where he comes out in relation to Handwork, who is just now coming across the start-finish line. And it's going to be close here as they come down into turn 1. Looks like Handwork is going to move into the race lead here with that strategy of pitting on lap 4. So very early there in the first stage, both he and Mark Thomas, his teammate, came down pit road. Looks like Nick Nickerson here is going to rejoin in fourth with Chris Hamilton there coming out in third. So Carl Handwerk here on an alternate strategy here from the rest of the drivers. Currently is our race leader here tonight after pitting on lap 4. We should expect to see him at least make another pit stop here tonight, if not 2, depending on how much fuel he's using here. And you can see, oh, he's going to take too much curb there on the exit of turn 10, and that's going to be disastrous there for Handwerk as he makes heavy contact with the wall. And let's go back and take another look at that. You can see he took too much curb there through turn 9, which compromised his line, and that is all it takes right there to lose control of a car at a very high speed portion of the track. You see he just jumped that sausage curb there, and that sent him flying around. Basically his car got airborne there for a moment. And here we see Handwerk fighting back there on Nick Nickerson. So Handwerk is going to move back up into third after momentarily losing the position. And now these two are going to battle it out here, as it does look like Nickerson here is in fuel saving mode, as they did not make it to the halfway point. They will have to save about 1 or 2 more laps of fuel than they did in the first stint to be able to make the end of the race here. It's like Nickerson here is going to take a look to the outside as they head down into the Parabolica. Handwerk gonna block the inside here as they enter the final corner. Can Nickerson here do a crossover move coming out of the final corner? We see Handwerk there, going to be defensive again and block the inside going down into turn 1 here. And it looks like Adam Jones here might have had a little bit of trouble down heading into turn 1. Let's see what happened to him here as he lost a few positions. Oh, looks like he just did not make the corner there under braking. With Handwerk there running very wide again out of turn 10. Looks to be struggling through that section of the track. He's now going to block the inside here as they head down into the final corner. You see there, it looks like the Porsche driver there, Handwerk, taking a very different line through the final corner. And Nickerson there actually had to get off the throttle, and it compromised his exit there. So Handwerk is going to come out ahead there in third. Ooh, and Handwerk there going to run wide out of turn 5, and that's going to allow Nickerson by there with a great pass down into turn 6. So Nickerson going to move up to third. Handwerk there going to fall back. And who is that? That looks to be Visu Vasum there with major damage, major trouble here, as he has spun on the exit there of turn 6, trying to get that car turned back around. And let's go back to the replay and see what happened here. Ooh, looks like he just runs wide there, drops his rear tire there into the grass and loses the rear of the car there, hits the inside wall. And it looks like Handwerk and Nickerson here are going to come down pit road for their second stop. So it looks like both of those drivers realized they were not going to make it on fuel to the end. So they are making it a 2-stop race here. Meanwhile, second place, Hamilton and currently our race leader, Mason Smith, are still out on track here. Looks like Smith has a 1.8 second advantage here currently over second place Hamilton. And looks like Nickerson there is going to come off pit road substantially quicker there than Handwerk. So Nickerson is going to come out there in 6th. Handwerk's going to rejoin here in 7th. And Handwerk's teammate here, Mark Thomas, just now coming down the front straight, currently running 8th. Oh, and Christopher Hamilton there has went off the track. So our second place driver there in trouble. Let's go back here and see what happened. Looks like it was on the exit of turn 6. And that it was. As you can see, he just lost the rear of the car. and struggling there to get it turned back around there on the bottom side of the track. He does get it going, but that is going to move him. Well, he does keep the second place position, but he is now 21 seconds behind race leader Mason Smith now. Both drivers are on the same pit strategy here, so that is a massive gap. One that he will likely not make up here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. Mason Smith's going to stay out another lap, so he is deviating from his teammate Nick Nickerson, who we've seen make it a 2-stop race, already coming down pit road for his second stop. Mason Smith still out on track here and has a huge gap now to where he can afford to save more fuel and possibly stretch it out to only a 1-stop race here tonight. Meanwhile, Matthew Goering here moves up into second as Christopher Hamilton comes down pit road for his second stop. Adam Jones moves up to third here, just about 2 seconds behind second place driver Goering. See handwork there coming down the front straight. He's going to go in front of Hamilton there, who comes out of the pits. So handwork moves up to 5th. Hamilton moves back to 6th. And here we see Adam Jones starting to close in there on second place. Matthew Goering currently 1.6 seconds behind as we step into the last 20 minutes of the race here this evening. Jones has only come down pit road once here, so he has not made his second stop tonight. Ooh, looks like Paul Butler here has been involved in another incident here. Looks like it's going to be a self-spin as he heads down into turn 4, carrying too much speed there, and we saw him do that. I believe that's a little deja vu. I believe that is the Ferrari driver there that we saw do the same thing earlier in the race. Does keep it out of the wall this time though, and continues on, currently running in 12th. Meanwhile here, Adam Jones, who we're riding on board with, is in third, chasing down second place driver there, Matthew Goering, and he is catching him quickly here, only half a second. Ooh, and that was John Crane there, who just went off right in front of them, doing a great job to stay off the track. And Jones here going to try to be late on the brakes going down into turn 1. And again, we've seen him make that move all night long. He's going to make a pass there and move up into second place over Matthew Goering there. But Goering gets a great exit there out of the first corner. We'll see if he tries to fight back here as they head down towards turn 4 here. He's going to take a look to the inside. No, he thinks better of it, pulls back. So Jones here is going to keep the second place position here tonight, momentarily at least, as it doesn't look like Goering's going to give up quite yet. Meanwhile, I've been keeping an eye on the lap times. Mason Smith is turning the same lap times as the drivers that we've seen come down pit road and make it a 2-stop. So he is running actually a little bit quicker there than Carl Handwerk, who we know is on a 2-stop strategy. He's already came down for his second pit stop. So Smith, if he is in fuel saving mode, he is still turning some very quick laps here tonight. He has extended his lead to 30.5 seconds here over second place Adam Jones, who we see here still battling with Matthew Goering. Just checking on our race leader here, Mason Smith, still setting some very quick laps here, currently 30.2 seconds ahead of second place Adam Jones. And it looks like we are just now at the 48-minute mark here, so 12 minutes remaining here in the race this evening. And Mason Smith is going to stay out here, trying to stretch this out to a one-stop race here tonight. Same deal with Adam Jones here, who is on the same pit strategy running second. Same with Matthew Goering running third. All of the other drivers behind them have made it a two-stop race, have already come down, taken their second pit stop here. So it'll be interesting to see, can these three drivers stretch it out here for the one-stop race. If not, they will have to come down pit road, and you have to wonder just how much time are they losing here by trying to do this fuel strategy. And we could see this field totally shake up here in the last 10 minutes of the race. Ooh, Matthew Goering there with a mistake coming out of turn 2. Dropping a tire off the track there. Couldn't get on the throttle, so he's going to lose out a ton of time there on second place, Adam Jones, as that gap is now up to 3.6 seconds. And it does look like our race leader here, Mason Smith, is going to head down pit road. So he is not going to make it there on a one-stop strategy. So deviating from that plan now, making his second and final pit stop here at the 50-minute mark. And Adam Jones, 29 seconds back here, just now coming through the final corner. We'll see if he chooses to come down pit road. No, he's going to stay out another lap here. So Jones has not come down pit road for his second stop. And he is going to move up into the race lead there. As you can see, Mason Smith coming out of pit road just now. So it'll be interesting to see, can Jones do what Smith could not do there on the fuel strategy tonight? Or does Jones still need to come down pit road? Matthew Goering there is going to make it by into second as Mason Smith there rejoins the track in third. Goering still on the same strategy there as Jones up ahead. Has not made the second stop here tonight. See Jones here currently battling with second place Matthew Goering here, and it looks like Smith is currently 9.8 seconds ahead of his teammate there. Nick Nickerson currently running fourth. Nick has made his second pit stop tonight, so Smith, that is who he is racing here tonight, as Goering does pull off here and make his second and final pit stop of the race here with 7 minutes remaining. Smith moves back up into second. Jones still out on track here, has extended this fuel run so far after last coming down pit road on lap 15. Nick Nickerson there, teammate to Mason Smith, is going to move up to third as Goering is looking like he's going to rejoin the track here, potentially around 6, as Hamilton does make it by. Carl Hamrick there makes it up into fourth. And we see Mark Thomas here currently battling with the 05 Ferrari there of Tim Thompson. That's your battle for ninth. As Thompson goes wide there, runs off the track, so that's going to allow Thomas by there and up into that 9th place position. So another mistake there out of the Ferrari driver of Thompson moves him back into 10th. And here you can see the battle for the race lead. Adam Jones there, currently 4.5 seconds ahead of second place Mason Smith here, who is just now coming into the final corner. Smith has made his second and final pit stop tonight with only 6 minutes remaining. Adam Jones is just now going to come down pit road here and take a splash of fuel here to make it to the end. And we'll see where he's going to rejoin. Looks like Nickerson here rounding the final corner. He's going to make it by Handwork. It's going to be a tight race here. Jones may make it out in front of Handwork here. We will see. See, Jones there has completed the fueling. He is now coming out of pit road here as Handwork rounds the final corner. And looks like Jones here is going to rejoin the track just in front of Handwork there, and critically in that third and final podium position here tonight. Four minutes remaining here. Currently Mason Smith out front ahead of his teammate. Second place Nick Nickerson by 9.2 seconds here as we approach 4 minutes remaining here in the race this evening. Oh, and looks like John Crane's been involved in an incident there. You can see heavy damage to that car as he was coming into the final corner. So he's already been involved in a wreck. And again, losing the rear of the car there. More contact for the 199 there of John Crane. Looks like Paul Butler here also been involved in an incident here. The 77 driver of the Ferrari. This is approaching turn 8 there. And just losing the rear of the car there, who we've seen him do a couple times tonight. So those Ferrari drivers really struggling with rear tire grip, especially on corner entry here tonight. Looks like Nickerson here has taken about a second and a half out of our race leader's gap here. 7.2 seconds currently. Just pulling up the lap times here, you can see over the last 2 laps there, a little over half a second quicker there from our second place driver, but only 3 minutes remaining, and with 6.5 seconds, that is going to be a difficult gap to make up here. And that time by Nickerson was a whopping 1.9 seconds quicker there. And it looks like we are on the second to final lap here of the race. So they will get the one to go this time by, with 6.2 seconds separating the top 2 currently. Ooh, and a car gonna run off right in front of our race leader there. As Thaddeus Marshall there ran wide. Smith doing a great job there to get out of the way, out of harm's way there, as that gap now falls down to 5.6 seconds here as they are just now approaching turn 8. You should be able to see Nick Nickerson just coming to the picture there in the background. Ooh, and Adam Jones has had major accident here, heavy damage there as he's been in the wall. Oh my, oh my. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that real quick. Looks like he's just going to lose the rear of the car there under braking. Looked like he locked the rear up and made contact heavy there with the wall. Meanwhile, Mason Smith here going to cross the line and take the white flag. Final lap here this evening. Nick Nickerson 5.6 seconds back. And here we see the battle for 8th. That's going to be Mark Thomas there chasing down Thaddeus Marshall in the McLaren. Ooh, and Thomas there thought about making a lunge up the inside there, late on the brakes, wasn't quite there. And he's going to have to try again here in another section of the track. You can see they have second place driver Nick Nickerson right behind them. So these two are battling it out there in between our race leader and second place driver. Meanwhile, up front here, Mason Smith is going to enter the Parabolica for the final time tonight. 6 seconds ahead of his teammate in second place. Mason Smith here going to round the final corner. He is going to cross the line here tonight and take the feature win with an incredible performance there out of Smith. Nickerson here, after starting dead last, is going to cross the line here, finish in second, with Carl Handwerk here just now approaching the final corner. Looks like he's going to take that third and final podium position, as we saw Adam Jones wreck out in the previous lap there. So Handwerk here is going to cross the line in third. Christopher Hamilton just behind him here, rounding the final corner there. He's going to take fourth. And then Matthew Goering there going to cross the line in fifth. Great run out of him, top 5 tonight. Jimmy Covert there in the McLaren. He's going to round the final corner. He's going to take 6th place here tonight. But the man of the hour here, Mason Smith, taking the race victory tonight with a great drive. He had a bit of a gamble there with the strategy here tonight, but he had a huge gap to play with, and he did ultimately prevail here by taking the race win here. So we'll give the drivers just a few moments here to celebrate, and then we'll try to get a word with the top 3 here for some interviews. All right, does look like we have our third place finisher here tonight. We've got Carl Handwork up in the broadcast booth with us. Hey, Carl, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on the strong finish tonight, taking home that third place and a podium finish here at Monza. It looked like it was really a strategy-driven race here tonight. So, gotta ask, what was your strategy coming into the feature here? We saw you and your teammate do something a little bit different tonight.
Yeah. In testing, we realized that this was not going to be a typical race. The fuel did not go far in this race because I think you're flat out like 90% of the race or 90% of the lap here at Monza, so it just burns through fuel. So we knew it was going to be, a couple pit stops where you're taking full fuel, and then one pit stop where you're taking just a couple gallons. So when it was just a little kind of tough in the beginning to get by some people, we talked about it and we're like, you know what, why don't we just pit now and short pit everybody and basically pass them in the pits instead of trying to pass them on the track. And it looked like it was going to work out to a T. It looked like I would have a chance to fight for the win. Unfortunately, he as in Mark Thomas got somehow got hit with a unsafe exit of the pits, so I kind of screwed him up a little bit. But yeah, and then me getting screwed up behind a lap car going through the yeses. That's when my chance to win kind of went out the way. But I'll take a podium.
Absolutely. Great podium at that. It looks like another strong finish for you here as we head into next week. I think that is the final round at Interlagos here in the GT3 Road to Rio Challenge Series. So gotta ask you, how do you feel about heading into next week?
I personally I really like Interlagos. I think it's just an all around track. You have to hit your marks. It's really fast, but you need a car that flows well, from left to right. Having said that, I haven't touched a track yet. That's all I know from F1. So I'm interested to see how it goes with the GT3, and especially the fact that I think both races are going to be night races. So it will be interesting to say the least. So yeah, I guess stay tuned.
Absolutely. Do stay tuned for that. Going to be an interesting finish of the season, that is for sure. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yep. Yeah, I want to thank you, Soak Tires Broadcasting, for all the broadcasting you do for this series, for the premiere series. It's been awesome having you on board, and definitely looking forward to working with you for next season too. Thank all the drivers out here. Both races were pretty clean. A couple little hiccups in the beginning of this one, and maybe in the first one, but all in all, real clean out there. So love seeing that. Thank my teammate Mark Thomas for another great setup, another great week. So keep those coming, and for all those watching out there, they're looking to race. Next season's coming up right around the corner. So get to coreracingleague.com and sign them up.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on that third place finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Sounds good, buddy. See you in Brazil.
All right, that's going to do it for a third place finisher there, Carl Handwork. Now we'll try to get a word here with our second place finisher, Nick Nickerson. We've got Nick up in the broadcast booth with us. Hey, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
How's it going, man?
Hey, doing well. First of all, congratulations on that second place finish. No small feat here after starting dead last in the feature after taking the win in the sprint race, having to work your way all the way up through the field there. What looked very challenging. You typically think Monza is a great place to pass, but I think when you couple the fuel strategy it took to make it around here tonight, you made work happen there. I will say that, moving up into second. So just walk us through your race tonight, how it went, and what was your strategy?
Yeah, man. I mean, I was pretty relaxed the entire endurance race. Honestly, it's an hour long. I kind of learned that you don't need to pass everybody within the first 15 minutes. Things just kind of equalize themselves. So I was just kind of cruising. Tried to see if maybe I can make it a one stopper, but I don't know, maybe about halfway through that first stint, I realized that wasn't going to happen. So changed my strategy to make it a two stopper, one for full fuel and one for, I don't know, I think it was 2.5 gallons or something. And yeah, just kept clicking away. I was, because I missed last week, Carl and I are in a pretty heated battle for second in the points. So I was really emphasizing on having a clean race for those bonus points, but got in a little kerfluffle with another guy on the track. I think he was trying to let me around, and I was going to stay behind him, and it got brake checked a little bit. Not a big deal, but all in all, man, yeah, it was. Right now I'm not really trying to win or run for the wins. I'm just trying to finish in front of Carl for these next couple of races. Or this race and the one that's left.
Absolutely. Well, you did that here tonight with a great second place finish. So again, congratulations. While you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Man, just everybody that participates in this league, and Carl for all he does to make these league races run smooth. And gotta thank you for the broadcast, man. Do an awesome job.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations here tonight on the second place finish. And hey, we'll hopefully be talking to you again in Brazil.
Hey, man, take care.
All right, that's going to do it there for second place finisher Nick Nickerson. Now let's get a word with the man of the hour himself. We've got race winner Mason Smith up in the broadcast booth with us. Hey, Mason, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations on a well-deserved victory here in the 60-minute endurance race. We saw you have a bit of an issue there, I believe, in the sprint race where it looked like you might have had a connection issue or something which really compromised your finish there, but fortunately it gave you a great starting position for the feature there, and you just ran away with it there after taking the lead on race one. But let's talk about the strategy here tonight, because it looked like it was a strategy driven race, and we thought there for a moment you were going to be able to stretch it out to a one-stopper, but couldn't quite make it to the end.
Well, no, I was planning a two-stop race anyway because fuel it burns way too fast here, and there's a ton of straights in Monza and pretty much an easy track. So, and if I were to fuel save, I probably would have lost the lead and would have to do like massive fuel saving. So, just had decided to go full on gas and take a two stop like the rest of the field did.
Absolutely, and it worked out for you here. But in the last, I want to say about the last 6 minutes or so, Nickerson really picked up the pace there and was starting to chip away at your lead. I believe once the pit cycle's finished, you had a little over a 9-second gap, and looks like Nickerson was able to, at one point, got it down to 5 seconds. Even though he's your teammate there, were you starting to get worried?
No, he's my teammate, and of course, we be nice to each other when situations come at most. But the reason that is, I was catching slower cars and just taking it easy because it is real easy to get an off track here. So that's the two things that were just slowing me down tonight.
Gotcha. Well, you did have a great patient drive here this evening and ultimately took the race victory, which is what matters here. So again, congratulations. And while you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Everyone participates in the league to this day. They do it for fun. I do it for fun. Hey, everyone does it for fun. And for your broadcast, keep it up.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on that victory here tonight. And hopefully we'll be talking to you in Victory Lane again in Brazil next week.
Oh, thank you.
All right, that's going to do it there for a race winner here this evening. Mason Smith with the victory. And that is going to wrap it up here for round 9 at Monza. And next week we head to Interlagos, Brazil for the finale. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. Same time, same day next week. And thank you all for tuning in here at Soak Tires Broadcasting. As always, we appreciate you tuning in, and stay tuned next week for some more great action.